Okay, you guys, so before we get into this video, I wanted to provide a disclaimer. Throughout, you will hear my daughter in the background. So if that is something that bothers you, you want crisp sounding videos, you want perfection, which there's no such thing. If that is what you want, please go find someone else. I am a mom, okay? I have two daughters, and one is a toddler, and she is all over the place. She doesn't care that I'm recording. Really, no one in the family cares. So I have to record when it is convenient for me, and I had found a good time to record. My daughter was doing her own thing, but then, she's watching her videos and she's laughing and she's making noise and then she starts whining and, so yes, I could have tried to cut that stuff out, but I also was talking and I really don't like choppy videos and, when it's just very choppy. So, I left that stuff in there. And that's why I'm doing this disclaimer, because I know that we live in a culture now that everyone expects everything to be perfect. And I'm sorry, I am not perfect. I will not ever be perfect. And I will not ever try to be perfect. I am flawed, heavily flawed. And my videos will show such, as well as, I could have taken the parts out where I was rambling. I like to call it my ADHD tangent, but I did not take it out because it shows my personality. It shows who I am. So this is just a disclaimer for you guys, so you can choose to continue listening or you can not, and it's okay. But, anyways, you guys have a blessed day. Hey, welcome to the very first episode of Black Girl and K Drama Vibes. And I am your girl, Black Girl. So, today we will be doing a review of The Glory. So, before we jump into that review, I just want to let you all know how this channel operates. So I am Black Girl. That is basically going to be my name. And I will be reviewing both K dramas and J dramas, so Korean and Japanese dramas. I have been an avid drama watcher since the early 2000s. Shout out to my brother who got me hooked. I was originally only watching Japanese dramas, but eventually I got into Korean dramas, and so now here we are. I have watched lots and lots and lots of dramas, so I'm going to be reviewing dramas that I have watched throughout the years. Hopefully some of them you can still find, because especially when it comes to like my list of Japanese dramas, they're from like 2005, um in that time span, obviously the early 2000s. There are some recent Japanese dramas that I have watched, but a lot of them are old, because the oldies are the goodies. Those are by far my faves. But I really want to give you guys like recent reviews, but I will sprinkle in some oldies, especially in the next episode, I will be covering my I can't even really say like my top five is because my top fives and all of those things they change constantly. But I will be covering some of my favorite Japanese dramas and Korean dramas. Please excuse my daughter in the background. Gotta record when I can. But I will be reviewing some of my favorite Korean and Japanese dramas. Know that you will be getting new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. So we'll be reviewing a few. I don't know how many dramas I'll review in one episode. Maybe two. Uh, Three tops because I don't want overkill. And then obviously I need content. So yes, I watch a lot of dramas, but some times I have to take breaks. Obviously, I am a full-time mother at the moment. But originally, a social worker, just, going on a little hiatus. And so this is what I'm doing in the meantime, just to spare the time. But anyways, yes. So just know that every Tuesday and Thursday you can catch episodes, so you can get your dose of drama reviews and check them out. I will also try to include where you can stream the dramas, but I know that some will not be streamable. Um, so we'll have to figure it out. From there, you all can also get into uh what is it called? I can't even think of the name right now. Oh my goodness. But it's when you download the dramas. That's basically what I used to do back in the day. I used to have to download everything because there really wasn't anywhere where I could stream dramas until obviously Drama Fever, and then they got rid of Drama Fever, like it was a whole thing. But then obviously other people came out the woodworks, some still here, some not. It's like they go in waves, like these platforms come about and then they're gone. So the big one obviously is Vicky right now. I have a love-hate relationship with Vicky just because I feel like, just like with Drama Fever, it prioritizes Korean dramas. And for people who love more than just Korean dramas, it's just not, it's not the best. Netflix is the same way. It's a lot more Korean dramas than there are Japanese dramas. And I only watch Japanese and Korean dramas. I do not watch any other Asian dramas. They just, I don't know. They're not appealing to me. And I feel like a lot of people copy off of Japanese and Korean dramas anyways. So it's kind of like, why would I watch that? Just like Korean dramas, there are a few Korean dramas that have copied off of the Japanese. They just made a Korean version. Um, and I have to say, I always like the Japanese version better. And plus, the Japanese, they know what they're doing. They do the least amount of episodes. Okay, I am a girl that likes maximum 12 episodes. Do not give me a lot of episodes, okay? Like, I will never forget watching East of Eden because it had one of my favorite Korean actors at the time. I think it was 50 or 52 episodes. I could not. I think it took me like 2 or 3 years to finish it because it started off great and then it got very boring. And then and I was just like, oh, I have to finish it because I do kind of have that mindset. Even if it takes me a long time, I'm like, I have to finish it. And I really wanted to support the actor, but oh my goodness, it was a waste of my life. And so when I was younger, like 24 episodes, I wanted a lot of episodes, when I was younger, but ADHD is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us have it. And I like to binge watch dramas. Like I want to complete it in one day. So there's 24 hours in a day. Okay, if it's 12 episodes, I'm finishing those 12 episodes in one day. Okay, I still have 12 hours left of my life. Um, and some of you may think I'm crazy, but yes, I get it done. I'm a mom, but my girls will be right there with me watching it, or they'll be on their own devices. But yeah, obviously I'm not watching it consistently because I take pauses, I do other things, so it takes me more than 12 hours. But I will finish it. Okay. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this review. So what we are reviewing right now is The Glory. Okay, so if you're looking at my screen here, it is. So if you're wondering why it looks like this, first of all, this is how I wanted to do it, and this is the template. Okay, so this is how it always will look for every drama that I review, unless I decide I want to be more creative and do it differently. But for those that's in my generation, um, we all grew up on DVDs, and I actually have some dramas on DVD, which is very crazy. Um, but we grew up on DVDs, and so like I wanted to play into that, like, ooh, here's a DVD. So on this side here we have the front cover, you have the spine, and then the back cover. So it's reversed. um so yeah, but here it is, The Glory. It came out in 2020. So yes, it came out in 2023, and it is considered a drama, revenge, thriller. That's the genre for you guys. And it had two parts. And so the first part got released. It was 8 episodes, and then we had to like wait a little bit for the second part, and that was another 8 episodes. So 16 episodes in total. I am very happy that Netflix did it this way. Because had it been 16 episodes just flat out, I don't think I would have watched it. So good for them for splitting it up. But anyways, we have the female lead, but she plays the character of Moon Dong Un, and then the male lead is as Ju Yo Jung. Okay, so that's that. Um, so those are your main characters, but really the female lead, she is the lead of this drama. So the synopsis is obviously the main character, Moon Dong-un, is a victim of brutal high school bullying. She takes a job as a homeroom teacher. Um, and this elementary school that she is the homeroom teacher for happens to be the school that her former bully's daughter attends. Um, and clearly, because it's a revenge drama, it's about her getting revenge against her former bully. Let me tell you, the amount of drama and just everything that goes on into this is crazy. But I love that she is very calculated. So I'm obviously getting into my thoughts. You can obviously read them there, but I'm going to obviously divert a little bit from it. But, you know, Dong Yoon is very calculated, and, like she's planned this for a very long time of getting revenge. And like when you see like the beginning episodes of like the things that she had to endure and the things she had to go through, it makes you sick, it makes you so angry. And then you start to think like, is this how bullying is in South Korea? Like, are they this just egregious over there? And when they create these dramas, I have a feeling that there's some truth behind it. And shout out to Rotten Mango. If any of you watch Rotten Mango, shout out to her because she actually did a story on this. So this actually is based off a true thing that happened in South Korea. Bullying is a real thing over there. Like it's bad. Like I'm like, as much as people, love South Korea, I mean, I've been to South Korea and I mean it's beautiful or whatever, but some things I just can't get down with. But to each his own. So when you're watching this, if you've never seen it, please have that in mind that this actually is based off true events that happened. I can't remember if it was that egregious or not. But it was bad, okay? And yeah, so as I said, as you can see, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. So I know that a lot of people do like 10 up to 10-star ratings. I just don't have time for that. Okay? I like to keep it short and sweet. I'm not going to be giving things 4.6s. Like I'm on a half scale. So it's either gonna be a 1, a 1.5, a 2, a 2 point, you get it, okay? That's how I operate over here. There is no in between. I guess that's kind of me um just being the way I am, because if you're going to give something a 9.6, you might as well give it a 10 stars, because I'm all about rounding, okay? You might as well just give it 10 stars, because at that point we're over half. So that means it's what it is. So that's what we are. We are on the whole or half system over here. But I did really like this drama. There was some things that obviously I didn't like, which is why it didn't get 5 stars. Um, and I felt like, I don't know, I felt like they was trying to force like romance in here, and I just was not about that. Like when we're on a mission, you know, to seek out revenge, I'm not trying to fall in love with nobody. I don't want nobody trying to fall in love with me. I just want to get my clap back, and I want it to be epic. And I feel like when you allow, romance to play a part, it kind of messes up your focus. Now some people may not agree with that, but that's just me. That's how these are my opinions. Remember, like my review is an opinion. It's my opinion. So, some people may think this drama was straight trash. Some people may think, oh girl, no, it deserved 5 stars. But that's the thing. We're all entitled to our opinion. So please be respectful in the comment section. Because again, this is my opinion, which is why it's my thoughts. Um, but yeah, I just, when you're on a mission, especially when it's something like this, I just don't think romance should play a factor, because it will either cause you to mess up, slip up, because you're not focused, or you just will give up on it and you won't do it, you know? You have to be in a certain mindset to be evil. You know what I'm saying? Not that I promote that, but I'm just saying, when you're on a mission to carry out a revengeful plan, you definitely can't have anyone having influences or impacts on your life, because it could definitely hurt you in a negative way or yada yada. So you get my drift. But anyways, so just to like kind of read my thoughts for those who don't want to read. Um, so I said, like, after watching part one, I couldn't wait for part two to be released, obviously. Um, I definitely was rooting for Moon Dong Un, and I was anticipating her revenge on her former bully for sure. And but it wasn't just like the main bully. Like, I wanted all of them to get theirs, because a lot of people play vital roles in bullying her, and then people also knew about it and they allowed it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like everybody can get this fade at this point. Um so yeah, like, I would be taking the whole world down at that point. But yeah, so I was definitely rooting for her, and I found myself getting hella upset, hella upset at the antagonist of this story. I did not include her on my little thing, because if y'all want to know who play who the characters and all that stuff is, you can go look at the cast yourself. I'm only documenting the main characters and things, and usually there's two, sometimes there's more, but they usually are showing two, and then other people is just supporting. Okay. But um the antagonist of this story, oh my goodness, I mean, she played a role. I have to say, she did one hell of a job playing her role, because I could not stand her. I'm not going to say hate. That's such a strong word. And I feel like we shouldn't have hate in our hearts. But I could not stand her. Like, I was like, if I saw her in real life, I probably would smack her, because that's how good she played her role. And I would find myself cursing at my TV, like, how dare you? Because basically, y'all know, with like, if you've watched a K drama before, and like, this isn't the first of its kind, there's been plenty of revenge K dramas. If you watch them, then you know that the bully is never remorseful. Like, they don't care that they ruined your life. They don't care. Which makes them even more, just sinister. Like, you have to be very sinister, to play these type of roles. Like, it's, yes. Just, I mean, like, yeah, like, your life got effed up. I don't care. But that's what I'm saying, you guys. So, definitely, if you want to give it a try, or you've been having it in your watch list and you ain't got to it, this is your opportunity to, like, just go ahead, bite the bullet, and get into it. So, yes, this has been my review of The Glory. 4 out of 5 stars. And I hope you guys enjoy. And if you do watch it, you can always hit me up in that comment section, Or you can also hit me up on at Black Girl K Drama Vibes on Instagram. And yeah, until next time, peace.